Something, okay, I'm not even going to explain. I'm just going to speak. Sometimes we ask for answers, and the answers that we receive, we don't approve of. We dismiss. Sometimes the answer we are given is not what we wanted. It is up to us, right? Our job is to ask God for help, for support, for guidance. And when we ask God for support and guidance, and we ask for answers, right? We ask questions that we don't know. Our job is to simply receive the message, receive the answer. All right, this morning I had a heavy, very, very heavy question on my heart this morning. And as I asked God for the answer to this question, I couldn't help but feel that I was expecting a specific answer. I wanted a specific answer. And the message that I got wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting a yes or a no. But God doesn't answer questions in the way that you always want. God answers the question in the way that you need. So this morning I asked a very heavy yes or no question. God, can you answer this? Yes or no? That's what I asked. And instead God said, free yourself from the fear of judgment. Fear of judgment. Okay. Now, this had nothing to do with the question I was asking. My question, I won't say what it was, but it was a yes or a no. That's what I wanted. And instead, I got some metaphor about judgment, which had nothing to do with my question. I said, God, is this yes or is this no? Yes or no? Yes or no? And I didn't get that. And instead, when I heard free yourself from the fear of judgment, I dismissed that answer. I did not accept that answer. I did not allow myself to receive that answer. You know why? Because in my head, I had already come up with what I wanted to hear. I had already set that expectation for what I wanted to hear. And instead, I was given what I needed to hear. And so as I carried on about my day, my morning, I forgot. And I continued on with my tasks and what I had to do, right? And so a little while later, I'm on the phone with my baby, right? My love. And as we're talking, he said something that made me stop in that grocery store and almost cry. He said, you need to stop being so scared of being judged. And he said, because there's a whole lot of other people out here making decisions that is a lot crazier than yours. There's a lot of people out here making decisions that aren't even good for them, right? And I said, wow. God knew exactly how to get that answer to click, right? Because when I first asked it, I did not want to accept it. Because I assumed this is not what I was expecting. So you know what? It must not apply. This answer might not be valid. But he made sure that this message was going to come through, right? He made sure that this answer, I was going to receive it. So he knew, okay, she didn't receive it on a one-on-one level. Let's see how I'm going to get through to her now. And so he uses the people around us, right, to help convey messages. He helps us to understand the answers that our heart desires. You know, the questions of our heart. He helps us understand these answers through those around us, through those who are meant to be with us in our life, right? Meant to support and guide and reiterate the things that we already know that God tries to give us. But sometimes on our own, we are not able to accept, right? So God will use those around you to get through to you. And that's the truth. And that was an example this morning that is true. So I say all that to say that sometimes when we ask the questions that we are so desperately seeking answers for, the question, right, sometimes has an answer expected on your behalf. Sometimes you are expecting a specific answer. But that answer that you want isn't always what you need. So just know that God will always give you what you need. And what you want, it's okay to want it, right? It's okay. We're human. But sometimes what you want is not what you need. And God always reminds me of the things that I need reminded of. And I'm here to share this with y'all. And I hope this was a reminder to y'all. And if it served you well, then I'm happy for it. And if it didn't, then that's okay too. All right? I hope y'all have the best day. And I hope y'all stay blessed today. All right? I love y'all. Peace.